Hey, welcome back. Another day. DeepSeek. I'm sure by this time you might have heard about DeepSeek. It's making a lot of noise out there. DeepSeek is pretty powerful and pretty huge because first of all, it is much cheaper than OpenAI. Also, they came up with the reasoning model R1 that uses reinforcement learning to improve its reasoning capabilities, making it competitive with top models like OpenAI's O1. That's because there's a reason it's making a lot of noise out there. Of course, because of cost and the reasoning model. Today I'm not going to dig much deeper on the DeepSeek side, but we are going to build a simple chatbot using DeepSeek and LangChain. If you're not familiar with LangChain, it is a powerful framework for building AI-powered applications using LLMs. Let me explain it with an example. Say if you want to build an AI SaaS, and the product you are building needs to interact with multiple different components, multiple APIs and databases and other LLMs and say other computer vision models and whatnot. You cannot do such sort of things directly using ChatGPT or DeepSeek chat, because those are chats which takes text as input and it will produce some sort of text output. Nowadays you can attach documents as well, but to build an end-to-end application, it's not possible directly with that. So for that you need some sort of framework. So LangChain is nothing. That framework, that's a bridge between your application and the LLMs. That's basically LangChain means. And the chatbot which we are building today, even though we are keeping things simple, this chatbot will still be able to remember previous conversations, making interaction feel more natural and engaging. I'll walk you through the entire process from setting up your Python environment to coding the chatbot that remembers and builds on past chats. So by the end of this video, you'll have a fully functional chatbot, but simple. Okay. So while waiting, grab your laptop and let us dive into building your first chatbot. By the way, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss any future content. I've got more videos coming on LangChain and DeepSeek, so stay tuned. Now let's get started. Okay, I've opened my VS Code here, created a folder named chatbot, and have already created a couple of files. The first one is packages.txt, which has all the needed package which we need to be installed to run this application. Other one is .env file, that is the environment file, which I don't want to open because that consists of my API key. So I don't want to expose my API key. So because of that, I'm not opening that. So before installing this package, let us first create a Python virtual environment. If you don't know what a virtual environment is, that's an isolated environment exclusively for your application. You can install any version of any library, but that version will applicable only for that virtual environment. So that's the concept of virtual environment in an high level. So let me create the virtual environment first. The command for that is Python, the module name to create virtual environment. VENV, that's a module which we need, and the name of the virtual environment that you can give any name of your choice. I'm giving the name .venv. The left you can see here, we don't have any such folder named .venv. Immediately after I hit enter, you can see a new folder has been created. So and after we activate this virtual environment, any package which we install this application goes to that virtual environment. So the virtual environment has been created. Now we need to activate it. So for that, click Ctrl+Shift+P, and here select interpreter. There select the new virtual environment that we have just created, .venv. I've selected that. By the way, if you cannot see select Python interpreter on clicking Ctrl+Shift+P, what you can do is go to extensions, search for Python and install this extension, Python language support with extension access points from Microsoft. Then you'll be able to see select interpreter. That's a quick tip. Okay, let's go back, and we have created the virtual environment and activated that. So the next step is install all the packages from packages.txt. Let's do that. For that, pip install-r and packages.txt and hit enter. Okay, so all the packages has been installed. Let me clear the screen. Okay, let me add a new Python file named DeepSeek chat.py, and here first we need to import the packages. The packages we need is LangChain, OpenAI, and from there import chat OpenAI, because we are going to build a chat application. Also we need to load the environment variables which we have. At the moment I have only one, that is the DeepSeek API key. So for that we need another package, that is .env, and from there import load_.env. Okay, also we need to load the environment. For that we need OS as well, and load.env, that will load all the environment variables. Now let me get the API key, and let me keep it in a variable named, we can give any name of your choice. I'm going to give the name DeepSeek_API_key equal to, I have stored the key, sorry, the API key on this key actually. Okay, so this line will get the value of that key, that is my actual API key. I will show you in a bit how to get the API key from DeepSeek. We have to get the API key, and so because for that we have to load up a couple of dollars, then only we will get the API key. I will show you that in a bit. Okay, now we need the actual LLM or the model. So I'm going to give the name LLM or model. You can give any name of your choice, equal to, because I'm going to get the DeepSeek LLM model, chat OpenAI API, and here the model equal to, you can give any model like ChatGPT or Gemini or DeepSeek with the same LangChain chat OpenAI. You can give any model you want. As we are dealing with the DeepSeek, I'm going to give the model DeepSeek -chat and the Open API key, that is Open API, Open AI _API_key equal to the value we get here, that is DeepSeek API key. Then the URL, that is Open AI _API_base, and here we need to have the URL. So I have that URL copied. Let me paste it here. So which means here we are instructing chat OpenAI to use this model, that is DeepSeek chat model, and use this URL to connect to that model. Also, if you want, we can add the max tokens. So as tokens is a bit advanced concept, I'm leaving that as a default, but if you want, you can set, if you know the concept of max tokens, you can add that as well. That's all for chat OpenAI settings. Now the chat, for any chat, that is a loop, right? You send some message, you'll get a response back. Again, you send some message, you'll get a response back. So that is a continuous loop, right? Until you say exit, if that's a command. So let us do the same setup. For that, we need a while loop, and the user input, get the input, that is u, We can give your name if you want. I'm just giving you, and this input will collect the command or the question that user draft in the terminal. And at any point of time, if the user say exit or any command, you should exit from this loop. So for that, let us add a loop here. If user input to lower, because we are making it as case insensitive, to lower, exit and break. Okay, and we need to get the result. If that's not the case, then the loop should continue. So, and we get the result back from the LLM. So for that, we have to call model.invoke, and the invoke, we have to pass the user input. That's the input we get from the terminal. And finally, let us print the response. Say DeepSeek result. Okay, that's the response. Or we say a response from DeepSeek. Okay, we can format it in this way, like if, and instead of result we can say result here. Okay, now we are all set. Let me clear the screen once, and now let's invoke this Python file. So for that, py deepseek chat.py and hit enter. Okay, so let's ask the first question. Who directed the movie Godfather? Okay, we got the response back, who directed the movie, but along with the content, we got quite some other details as well. So for now, we don't need all these details. So for that, let me only get the content. Okay, let me exit once and let me clear it. Okay, here we only need the content, right? Okay, let me run it once again. Okay, the question, who directed the movie Godfather? Okay, now we got the content, like response from DeepSeek. Okay, that this hard-coded text and the actual content from AI or from DeepSeek. Okay, let me ask the next question. Who directed the movie? I'm asking this question again for a reason. I'll tell you why. Inception. And we got the response back. The movie Inception was directed by Christopher Nolan. Okay, and the released year. We just got the content. Now, if I ask the first question, asking the AI, what was the first question I asked? It cannot remember because we are not keeping the conversation history anywhere. So because of that, DeepSeek or the AI or the LLM, it cannot remember what the initial question I asked. Okay, for that we have to keep that conversation history somewhere, right? To prove it, let me show you what was the first question I asked. Okay, and we got the response. You first asked what was the first question I asked. Of course, that was not the first question we asked, right? The first question was who directed the movie Godfather. That was the first question. So the reason, because as I've mentioned, we don't have anywhere in the code, like we are not keeping any conversation history. So we have to keep that conversation history, and we always pass that conversation history to AI all the time. Then AI can remember the whole conversation history. Okay, so let us do that next. Let me exit. And let me clear the screen. So when you send a message anytime to AI or the LLM, there are three types of messages. First one is system message. That is where you set the context or the persona, like act as a movie reviewer, okay, for example, or if you are building a let's say health related application, so you can say act as a doctor or health expert or something like that. So that is a system message. You are setting the persona. Okay. Next one is human message. That is your question, the actual question which you are asking as a human. So that's a human message. And the response which you are getting back from AI, that is AI message. So we have that 3 types of messages. So we need all that 3 types of messages. For that, we need the package LangChain dot schema and import a message, human message, and system message, and we will pass each of these messages to each of these type of messages. Okay, and before that we need to have an array to keep all the conversation. Okay, create an empty array, and the first message is system message because we are setting the context or setting the persona. Okay, let me keep it a variable. Let me move this a bit down. Okay, system underscore message equal to system message. Okay, and there we set the content of that message equal to the actual persona, that is in our case, because we are asking movie related question. So let's say act as a movie expert, maybe. Okay, movie expert, that is okay, that is the system message, and we need to append that system message to this array chat history. Okay, now we need to have the human message. Okay, that is the user input. That's a question which we are asking. Okay, and before sending it to the LLM, let me add it to the user message. Let me create the same variable again as, or we don't need a variable because we already have that user input here, right? So we can just say chat history dot append, and within that we can say human message and the content equal to user input. So we have arrange it. Okay, we have the user input, and we have to pass the whole chat history instead of user input, because that list, that array has everything, right? The whole conversation. So I'm passing that, and after we get the response back from AI, we need to include that as well. Then only AI can remember what was AI's response. Okay, until here the conversation can remember what the system message was or what the user message was. Okay, so here let me add that as well to chat history dot append a message, and the content equal to the result we get back from AI. Okay, and we can print the result now. Okay, let me run it again. py DeepSeek chat.py. Okay, let's ask the same question. Who directed the movie Godfather? And we got the response. Okay, let me ask the second question. Who directed the movie Inception? And we got the response for that as well. Now let me ask, what was the first question I ask. And now we got the answer. Who directed the movie Godfather? Also, let's ask, what was your answer for my first question? Okay, now we got the response. Let me move this a bit up. So, what was your answer for my first question? So, my answer to your first question was the movie Godfather was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. So that was the answer, right? And also ask, what was my second question? And we got the answer. Your second question was, who directed the movie Inception? Of course, that was our second question. So now this can remember the whole conversation. The reason, because we are passing the whole conversation to the AI. So anytime we send, it will have the complete history. So, and it can actually get the proper answers from that history. That's how we can keep conversation. But remember, we are keeping this conversation within our memory. So immediately after we close this application, we'll lose all that memory. So in real time, you have to keep that memory somewhere that is persistent. Okay, somewhere in cloud or your choice, but that should be persistent. Else you will lose the whole conversation history. So that's how the simple chat application works, guys. And now I will show you how you can get the API key from DeepSeek. For last few days, the DeepSeek API platform was broken. It was not loading, but I really hope that they might have fixed the issue. So for that, you have to go to DeepSeek first. Before that, let me exit this. Okay. Go to deepseek.com and on API platform. I hope, fingers crossed, I hope they might have fixed the issue. Okay, sorry, no. So it's pretty simple, guys. Like if you go to deepseek.com and API platform, once that is up, you will have all the instruction. You can go through that, and you have to top up a couple of dollars. That'll be really sufficient to use it for quite some time, because the cost of DeepSeek is much lower than ChatGPT or OpenAI. So that'll be really sufficient for you to run for some time. So that's how you can get the API key. Sorry, I couldn't show that because the site is broken. And so yeah, that's how we can build a simple chat application using DeepSeek. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And also if you don't mind, please give your comments. I'm planning to have more of these videos, an in-depth tutorial of LangChain, with DeepSeek. So yeah, please stay tuned, and bye until see you next time. Thank you.